issue. The charred body of the young man who lost his life in the TUR fire Tuesday is still at the fire scene. The deceased was reported to have been easing himself, around the pipeline when the fire erupted. Now, he was unable to escape the fire leading to his death. Joining us, Emmanuel Ante was at the scene of the fire this morning and brought us some updates. We'll take a look at that quickly and get into other matters.
Whether they have also gotten the identity of the person. Now we have now confirmed that this dead body is called, they claim his name is Kofi, who came around here to ease himself. He's an auto electrician who tried to escape the fire when it started at where he tried to ease himself from. But unfortunately for him, he was caught up by one of the electric cables that got torn on the poles as a result of the fire, and that really caused his demise. It is really sad. What interests me the most is the family, as I'm being told, the 4-month-old baby that he's left with his wife and other kids too. My name is Emmanuel from Joy News. We want to know what has really happened since yesterday night. The charred body is still there. Yes. So can you give us an update as to what has happened so far?
Well, for the issue is there was a leakage. One of my investigation, since 3 days up to yesterday before the fire occurred, the leakage is there. And then TUR people were here. They were taking the fuel from the place. And then, you know, once they are taking it, the squatters will start the whole thing. And then all of a sudden, it's flowing downwards to the other side, where the fire starts from the place, because somebody has set fire inside the refuge. So quickly, because of the flammable this thing, it contact the fuel, then the fire starts from that place. It is so sad that TUR should have informed fire service early that this thing is going on. We'll bring one fire engine to stand by for them. As I'm talking to you right now, the fuel is still leaking on the ground. I'm surprised. So, well, it is up to TUR to take strict on this particular issue. I've been coming here all the time, so that we see it and we inform them. If we know that something is going on, in fact, we shall cover the compound.
Right, so I'll bring you the conversation around this matter in a bit when I return. Right, you're welcome back, and let's get some information around the fire that occurred Tuesday at Tema Oil Refinery. Prince Billy Anaglate is Public Relations Officer of the Ghana National Fire Service. He's joined us over the telephone with some updates. Thank you very much, Billy, for your time.
Yes, good morning.
Billy, let's start off with what the fire service has gathered from its investigations at the fire scene.
Well, actually, though we are still investigating this fire outbreak, but the information that we gathered was there was a spillage and people were cooking the fuel, and they were using metal containers to scoop this fuel that has resulted into this fire outbreak. We are investigating it because we had another information that the spillage got to where they were burning rubbish that started the fire. So we are looking at from this perspective, and we would try to actually unravel what has actually caused it. These were just information that we have gathered during the investigation.
I see. Yesterday we had a conversation about how difficult it was to fight hydrocarbons. What can we say about, hazard level in the area as at now?
What can we say about it?
About the hazard level in the area as at now?
Well, for now, we'll be able to reduce these vaporized gases that might ignite. We'll be able to reduce them to the level that will not ignite because we have flooded the whole area with our foam compound to reduce the concentration that they need to stop any fire outbreak. However, as long as it's a hydrocarbon fire, it's a flammable substance that might be dripping. And those that have even got into a distance or where those rubbish and other things have it, if anybody should intentionally get in there and to drop a source of fire, that would again start it. But for now, the area where the fire has really been done with foam compound.
Would you say it's completely safe now?
Caroline?
Would you say it's completely safe?
Yes, exactly. For now, it is completely safe for any fire abandonment or care. But I'm saying that even though that we have been able to reduce the intensity of it, it was a spillage. If the spillage has traveled to any distance where this foam compound have not gotten an access, and then anybody introduce a fire to it, that place definitely might start a fire. But where actually the incident itself is totally safe for any ignition source.
Billy, I'm going to have you host the line. Abba Lokko is Public Relations Officer of the Tema Oil Refinery. She's also joined us over the telephone. Thank you very much, Abba, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Abba, so what is the official analysis of what happened at the site?
Well, I mean, I think that this morning I spoke to your host on the Super Morning Show.
Oh, that's radio. This is TV.
Yes. So, okay, sorry about that then. Basically what had happened was that we were doing naphtha export using a pipeline from the refinery to the harbor. And then we were informed by our security details that we had detected a leakage on the pipeline. And so informed our safety people who went along with the maintenance team to find out for themselves and also to fix the leakage. When they got to the scene, I think there was a crowd that had decided to cook and collect actually the product that was coming out. And so we asked for the help of the security and national security to help us disperse the crowd. But you can imagine, I mean, I think that humans as we are, everybody was interested in getting closer to the action, I think. With much difficulty, I think that the crowd was dispersed. And then eventually, when the team got to where the leak was reported to be, suddenly there was a huge smoke and then the fire.
Absolutely.
And so we had to ask for help
right.
from Valpo and the sister organization who came to support us to put the fire. But as the gentleman was saying, yes, I don't know who he is. Who was it you were speaking to, please?
The fire service is still over the line, but Abba, here's what I want to know. How long was the spillage situation?
Come again?
How long did we experience the leakage just before the officials went there?
Well, I think the person who detected, the security person who detected, informed our safety people at about 2. And so our personnel got there about 2:10, thereabouts. Yes.
And so it's untrue that the leakage had been going on for some time now. Some have put it as 3 days.
It cannot be true.
It cannot be true.
No,
Tell us about this.
Because in the morning when we have started the naphtha operation, I think an integrity test was done on the pipeline.
Okay.
You know, you flash through with water and you display it because you want to make sure the pipeline is clean, and so particularly because of the product that we were trying to export.
Very well.
Okay.
How important is this pipeline? The pipeline that leaked and we had all this fire.
What do you mean how important? Every pipeline in the refinery is important. So
Absolutely.
I don't know what you mean by how important.
Let me explain myself then. What does it do?
Well, it's a product line. We use it to cut products from the refinery to the harbor, and then vice versa, from the port to the refinery. There's another way or means of getting crude and finished products into the refinery.
Okay.
Using the single point mooring or the CBM, using large vessels, which is offshore, to get. So there are two ways of getting products to the refinery and crude oil to the refinery. And so the pipelines are important people.
So suffice it to say, we wouldn't have this charred pipeline affects business.
Come again?
The charred pipeline, now that we may not be able to use it as soon as possible, we would have it affect business of TOR.
Oh, well, I mean, presently, I think that we have enough products in the refinery, and so products supplied to the market will not be affected. Okay? After 7:30 this morning, the first product left the refinery for the market. So with respect to loading products, that's ongoing. We have enough stock, so that will not be affected. The only product presently that will be affected is the naphtha export we were doing.
Okay.
That we had to suspend because of the incident. And this morning, we have been to the site to evaluate, examine what had happened, and to see what can be done. The area is secured now. And with respect to the specific area where the leakage was detected, I think that the maintenance team and the safety people are there this morning trying to suck out the water which was used in putting out the fire so that they can get access to the pipeline. And then they will do an integrity test to find out the pipeline extent of damage, and then we'll know all that.
Right, I'm going to have you hold on. Billy. Hello, Billy.
Yes, I'm here.
Billy, you heard Abba. What Abba is saying is they're going to have their men go there, try and scoop out some of this foam compound, which is described as water, that the fire service is used. Would you advise that at this point?
Well, if she's saying that they will have their maintenance team there because they will need to have access to the pipeline and work on it. What we will do to assist is to position our men there with a fire tender that will even put in certain safety measures, and that will enable them even to work, so that in case of any eventuality, we'll be able to reduce the impact of it. Yes, if they want to work on it, then we can assist them and to ensure that we will position them and to technically assist them so that there wouldn't be any serious situation.
Right. And so, Abba, after your men do this, the other thing is the fact that the gentleman who's been named as Kofi, who died, was easing himself in the area. Going forward, what are we going to do to ensure that there are no situations as that?
Well, actually, I am looking at the pipelines, and yesterday when we got there, we saw that people have even dumped rubbish close to the pipeline. The pipeline is the grass has even overgrown to cover the pipeline, and people are even using that place as a passage. They might be doing a whole sort of, activities that might be detrimental to this pipeline. I would just advise that if they can have actually people that could patrol those areas and ensure that people do not have anything that would dent the pipeline and that will result in anything. If we leave the pipeline just around and nobody is patrolling to see, anybody with an evil intention can even destroy the pipeline and stop it. We have
Abba, Billy, just hold on for me. I'll let you finish that. But Abba, what are we going to?
I didn't hear half of what he said. But what I would say going forward, I didn't hear what he said. But I think going forward, we already have men who patrol the pipeline, and then we have a security point. Going forward, I mean, I think that we have decided to increase the number of patrols that we do on that pipeline, and also to increase the number of posts, security posts on that pipeline.
I simply can't believe.
Abba, again. Yes.
Abba, I simply can't believe that someone actually went in there to ease himself. Unfortunately, that person has died. I'm wondering, what does this patrol team of yours do? What does the security...
Well, I mean, you and I, unfortunately, weren't present there. I don't know who gave you the information that you have, that the gentleman was going to do what he says he was going to do. So I think we should leave that. I understand the police and some people, we are also doing our own internal investigation. I think that we'll find out exactly what the person was doing or was going there to do. You understand? There are a lot of people guessing and alleging all sorts. We do not know at this point what the gentleman was going to do. Unfortunately, he's dead. So who can speak for a dead person? I don't know.
Very well. First of all,
the patrols may not do anything. I mean, may not. Now he's dead, so will not save his life, of course. But at least if we increase the patrols, we would know who is passing where and they shouldn't pass here. And you know, by the time maybe two people are done patrol, it's a long pipeline. Maybe somebody will be at their blind side. So if we increase it with the swoop that the military does from time to time, I think that we will get somewhere. But we cannot do nothing because people will go there anyway. So we have to do something. And I think it's a start. Maybe going forward, we will get some detectors on those pipelines where we can sit in our office and know if somebody is tampering with it. Going forward, I think those are the things we have to invest our money in.
Abba, you mentioned earlier that we have enough stock such that supply of products would not be affected. How long before we would need the pipeline to run so that supply is not affected?
Well, there are two means of getting products to the refinery, so I said. So we are doing the best we can. I think that we will work hand in hand with the Ghana National Fire Service. So, Uncle on the other line, hello. We work with the Ghana National Fire Service, and then I believe that with safety as our first core value, we will ensure that whatever we are doing is done safely, and then we'll continue with our operations in a safe manner.
Abba, how much do you estimate it will cost us to put this pipeline back on the road?
I do not know, and I will update you when I have that information.
Very well. Thank you very much, Abba.
You're welcome, my dear.
Right. So, Billy, you too, Abba. Billy.
Yeah, I'm here.
Billy, what advice would you give to persons in the area? Abba tells us that the place has been secured off, but what advice would you give to persons in the area, especially when you have told us that because it was a spillage, if the foam compound did not get to areas where the spillage occurred or the spillage got to, and there could be reignition at any time when someone exposes fire, what will be your advice to persons in the area at the moment?
Yeah, what we can advise them, and we continue to advise them, is to keep away from where this spillage actually is. The situation where some of them still try to scoop some of these fuel, they should desist from doing that. Because the scooping has really resulted to many of these fire outbreaks. And I am saying, and I will say it again, that we have tried as much as possible to reduce the intensity of the fuel, that in case of any sources of heat, it will not ignite. But if this spillage has gotten far, that we have not been able to ensure that our fuel compound has gotten there, nobody should attempt scooping it. Then we'll be able to protect life and property.
Could the heat in the area be a source of worry too for spillage areas where there is no foam compound?
Come again?
the heat, the amount of heat in the area. That area is, I don't know, but naturally it's hot in that area. Is the place at danger from the heat itself?
Well, actually, the heat alone will not shouldn't be the source of worry to anybody around. I am saying that all these combustible substances, they have their ignition temperatures. The heat that they have around is not enough to ignite the flammable substance that has filled around the area. If they themselves, their activity, do not expose this flammable substance to any source of adequate and enough heat, that would deny this. I think they don't have anything to worry of. What they should do is to monitor the activities of their children, monitor the activities of people that will be smoking around. Those are the sources that can possibly cause any fire outbreak.
Billy, thank you very much. Prince Billy Anaglate is Public Relations Officer for the Ghana National Fire Service. But the body hasn't been carried away, and we'll try and find out why, what has happened to it since. But also, I had on the program